Hi guys, this is Stacy. Welcome back to my channel. So I told y'all we had a lot to talk about with the interview with Don Wells that Chris McDonough did on his channel, The Interview Room, and I'll link that down below again. And I highly suggest that everybody go and take a look, take a listen to that video and come to your own conclusions and your own opinions. Don't just take mine, because these are only my opinions. So let's jump into it. So in my previous video, and I'll link that above, we went over the part of the interview where Don states that it could have been a hillbilly druggie or something that took her into the woods, or somebody put her in her car and drove her not too far away. I really didn't hear her, but like I said, I could be wrong, because it's a possibility that he said somebody put her in a car. Well, I have the captions on while I'm going through this, and I'm going to show you a screenshot that shows that he did say her car. And I've also went over in my previous video how if he does explain her car and the reasons why, so you can check that out. So as I'm going over everything again today, probably like the 5th or 6th time I've listened to this interview, I caught something else today, and I want to share that with you guys now. So in this part of the interview is where he's explaining, Don's explaining how he drove the car down to the creek by the shed. Then he comes back up and he goes over and he's trying to explain to the police that she was abducted, that she's not here in these woods, she's gone. And Chris asks him, what brought you to that conclusion? That was pretty quick. And Don states, yeah, just knowing her that she, because we tried to scare the heck out of her and let her know, because we do have bears, and we do, them dogs. Everybody keeps talking about them dogs. But they're the stupidest damn things. And they also will go away for days and then come back. And I don't know where the heck they go. And they weren't there that day. Now, I just want to make this clear. I am not trying to say anything bad about Chris McDonough. I am not. The reason that I'm bringing this up is because, to me, that is very important that he says that, because that's him basically stating right there that he knows everybody is talking about these dogs. How could these dogs not bark when somebody is sneaking up on that hill and abducting Summer? So to me, that actually proves that he's listening to what everybody's saying, and he's going to try to clear up those discrepancies, adding things into his story. And now I want to show you the transcript when Chris McDonough had Steve Johnson, a forensic statement analyst, on his show, and they were going over the interview. And I'm going to show two different pictures that I took of the transcript, because I wanted to show that this was the actual transcript from Chris McDonough's video, because the transcript was so small that I had to put it on my big, 65-inch TV. Not sure what size it is, but anyway. But the reason that I even pulled it up on my TV was because I heard something different as I was writing everything down word for word. And I was like, I have to read this transcript to see what exactly it says. And I'll show you that now. So in this first picture, this is at the very top, the very first paragraph where Don speaks. And then the second picture is the last paragraph. And it is the same paragraph. I just took a different angle of the picture so that you'd be able to read the transcript better. And Chris and Steve go over this portion of the transcript. And Steve actually reads it out. And this is what they read out. Them dogs, they can lick you so much. Them dogs, they're the stupidest. Okay, guys, so now that we've seen the transcript, now I want to show you the captions from my phone while I was listening to the video and what exactly the caption said. And again, I am not saying anything about Chris or Steve, and I will link everything down below because I want you to listen to this for yourself. But I heard something totally different. And I felt it was really important to bring this up, and hopefully Chris and Steve will come across this somehow so that they'll know, because to me it's very important, because he's basically stating that he does listen to social media, he does watch YouTube videos, and he's changing his story to fit the narrative of abduction. And I would love to hear everybody's feedback on this. Comment down below and let me know what you heard. So I wasn't actually planning on making a video today, but since I am, I wanted to go over something else that really bothered me with this interview. And it's when Chris is asking Don, you know, what do you think should happen to the person that did this, whatever this is? And at first, Don states that, you know, he says, well, I'm afraid if I run into him, it's not going to be good. And then he starts explaining how he's not a violent person, you know, just something about if somebody messes with a kid or tries to harm a kid, you know, just something triggers in him. And then Chris asks, so what do you think should happen? And he says, I have to leave it to God. And I know what prison is like. And, you know, I have mercy for anybody who's in prison, because you're lucky if you get out of there alive. And Chris asks, so would you want to see this person in prison? Now, this is what kind of shocked me. He says, with hesitation, I don't know if I could do that. To be honest with you, it just depends on all the circumstances, you know. What circumstances? I don't understand that, because Summer has been missing for over 50 days. Today makes 2 months. And you mean to tell me her father is going to say it just depends on all the circumstances? Whether you would want this person to go to prison and justice be served, what else would happen to this person? What other justice would be served at this point? For your sweet and innocent 5-year-old daughter. I'm sorry, but something is not right with that statement. And I know a lot of people feel the same way about that. Could it be possibly that he knows the person that's done this and he does not want to see that particular person in prison? Just my opinions. Moving on. Now, I do question something else. So he's asked many times, what time did he get home that day? And he keeps stating that he thought it was 5:30, but when he found out that the 911 call was made at 6:26 p.m., so he's saying it must have been 6:30, but he never really answers the question as to what time he got home. Well, he says it took him 30 minutes or less. And he also states he threw all his tools in the back of the Subaru, and as soon as he got in the car, he made the 911 call. So with the 30-minute drive that he had to make, that puts him getting home around 7 o'clock. So I don't understand where he's getting the 6:30 from. He still had at least a 30-minute drive or longer. And then we have, he got home before the PO. And I know we've all heard Chris McDonough say on his video, when he's analyzing the interview with Donald, Chris states, I talked to some folks that said they already had his driveway blocked. And Don actually contradicts himself a couple of times in the interview, because at the around 26-minute mark, Chris asks Don, and what was Grandma doing when you showed up? And Don states, you know, I don't even know what she was doing. I think talking to the PO and probably just standing there looking or whatever. I don't know. Then Chris asks him And what were the boys doing? And Don states, looking for Summer. Once all the police started arriving and they, bottlenecked all the roads, nobody could move. So right there he's stating when he first got there, Grandma was probably talking to the PO. And then in his very next statement he makes, he got there before the PO. And he also states with confidence and very firmly, there was nobody there. I was the first one there. But lo and behold, Don Wells has done another interview on a different channel, and he states, and I quote, and I went to the top of the house, and there wasn't no police there yet. And I don't believe there might have been a car or two, I just can't remember for sure. Because, everything just, happens. I don't know, but there might have been a cop or two there. I just cannot remember. But it seems there might have been. And a couple minutes later in the same interview, he states it again. He says how when he got home, he drove directly to the creek. He didn't even stop at the shed. He just went by it. When he seen his boys and his neighbor, he knew right then and there she was gone. And then he says he turned around and he went back up the bank, and he may have looked in the shed at that point. He's not sure. And then he states, and I quote, I went back up to the top, and I do believe there might have been a cop car or two there at that time, but I'm not sure. I can't be positive on that. I'm just so mixed up in everything at that time. So in the beginning, Don was very adamant that he got there before anyone else. And he states, there was nobody there. I was the first one there. And he sounded very sure, but once again, his story has changed. Why? Because things are being said. People are starting to question that the PO may have been there before Don got home that day. Don is adapting, and this is not the first time he's done this. Remember the dogs? And maybe there was a cop or two there. I just can't remember because, there was a lot going on. Okay, so yes, a lot was going on that day. But if you were not sure, just state you weren't sure. And to me, in my opinion, this is Don adapting, because from the beginning, he just sounded so sure that he got home before anyone else. And now, the story has changed once again. And like I said, this is my opinion. I'm going to link the videos down below, and I want you to go and listen to these interviews yourself and come to your own conclusions. So please don't just listen to me. These are only my opinions. Now I want to go over one more thing again before I end this video. We have this picture here. Now we cannot tell for sure if this is Summer in the corner, because all we see is an arm of a small little girl. And one of Don and Candace Wells' sons, and another smaller little boy in the background. Now the point of this is, this picture was posted on June 15th, the day Summer vanished, at 6:06 p.m. Now, a lot of people said, well, this could have been an old picture. Okay, maybe it was an old picture, but the picture was posted at 6:06 on Candace's Facebook. Now, people may argue, well, maybe one of the boys posted it or something like that. Well, we know from Candace's statement that she was probably searching for Summer at this point, and then she's on her phone calling Don to let him know that Summer was missing. He tells her, hang up and call 911. She throws her phone on the back of his truck, runs to get her mom's phone, and calls 911. So I still do not understand how this picture was posted at 6:06 p.m. that same day. Because from Don's statement, he says that the 911 call was made at 6:26 p.m. So that means this picture was posted 20 minutes before the 911 call was. And in the 911 dispatch audio, they do state that Summer was missing for about 10 minutes when the 911 call came in. And this photo was deleted from Candace's Facebook soon after Summer vanished. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to comment down below. And please, we will all have different opinions, and that's fine. Just don't be rude, dude. So hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already, and turn on notifications so you won't miss another video. And always remember, spread love and not hate. Be blessed and keep the faith. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.